Hey, everybody, welcome. I have with me Leif Atchley, who is a rather new resident of the Albuquerque area, and he has joined me this afternoon for a conversation. And Leif, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Okay, great to be here, man.
All right. So I have questions because I have seen some of your performances and I've seen you on stage. I saw you when you came in and you auditioned for the concert band as an assistant conductor. So I wanted to find some more information from you. Now, I know you're from Georgia, right? Originally, is that correct? Where in Georgia?
Yeah, so I grew up in Georgia, top left corner in a
Okay.
town called Chickamauga, Georgia. I don't remember how to spell it, but it's right underneath Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh,
So
okay.
I do normally tell people that I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and in a way that's where I musically grew up. You know, it's in
Right.
high school is where I started playing with musicals and different show bands and orchestras. Uh,
Okay. So,
basically Chattanooga.
So how far away is, now I'm not even going to try to say it, but how far away is your hometown to Chattanooga?
So it's just 20 minutes. Just
Oh,
like a
okay.
20-minute up the road through a town called St. Elmo, which is very historic and beautiful. Um, yeah, so I'm from the top left corner of Georgia.
Okay. All right. Because I was curious. I know it seemed like when I looked it up, it was a small town. So that's why I was asking. And you started your musical journey at at the upper part of your musical journey, I'll say that. You started your college journey at, what is it? It's Berry College in Georgia. Where's Berry College?
Yeah, Barry College is right above Atlanta in
Okay.
Rome, Georgia.
Okay.
Not Rome, Italy, which is fun, by the way, because before I told people that I was staying in Georgia for college, I was being like, hey, I'm going to Rome to study music. And they were like, oh my God, like
Oh,
what is
he's going to
that?
Europe.
Jesus Christ. No, I'm not. But yeah, it's in Rome, Georgia. It's a lovely liberal arts college. It is very small in terms of population,
Hmm.
but it's the world's, I think, if it still holds the record, it's the world's largest campus in terms of acreage. So it has like 27,000 acres, and it's
Wow.
a wildlife reserve. We have our own like zip code. We have a mountain. It was a really special place. I was really lucky to have gotten a great scholarship to go there, and I made some really awesome friends
Okay.
and worked with some incredible teachers.
Well, yeah, the good part about a small school situation is in my opinion, you get more attention. You get that it's not, you're not just a number. I went to school at Adams State, which is now college, which is now Adams State University in Alamosa. Small school, wasn't a whole lot of us, and we got a very, very good education because of the small school situation. So that's what that sounds like. And so you graduated from Berry when? When did you graduate from Berry College?
2019. 2019.
You had to think about it.
I should have written it down. I'm very bad with names and dates.
That's
So
fine. Now, you
yeah,
graduated with what degree? Was it music education or was it trumpet performance?
it was not neither. It was neither. So I studied trumpet and I got a bachelor's of arts. So I got a BA from Barry, and I think since then they've added the performance degree, but they didn't have it when I was there. So I just got
Okay.
a bachelor's of arts.
Okay.
Now.
And and so from there, and I want to make sure I get this correct. From there, you went to the University of Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music. Basically, it's called, what is it? It's called CCM, right? For
Yeah,
short.
and I like that you were worried about the not remembering the school, but pronouncing Cincinnati. I like how that was the question.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to insult anybody.
yeah. I went straight from Berry College to CCM, and man, I loved it so much. It was actually where my teacher went. So I was taught by Adam Hayes,
Mhm.
who's an incredible trumpet player and an amazing guy. And he got his DMA from Cincinnati. So he knew the teacher, which is Alan Siebert. When I got there, he knew him very well. And I had met Alan a few times. And yeah, so it was kind of an easy next step. And I
Absolutely.
needed it. I needed it from being
Okay.
a somewhat mediocrely big fish in a very small Georgian pond, to being immersed in one of the nation's top conservatories. And I was really honored to go there, and poof, I learned so much.
Oh, I bet you did. I bet that was amazing because, just as I mentioned earlier, a small school college is good for someone just starting out, getting your 4-year degree. But man, once you go for your master's or even your doctorate, you better make sure you're at a place of the highest level. And that is a good thing. So obviously you enjoyed your time there. How long were you there at CCM?
2 years.
2 years.
A
And
2 year, and it was a Master of Music program.
okay, performance then?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, it was performance. I started with Alan Siebert,
Hmm.
who was the tenured professor there for a really long time. Then he retired my second year. So it's Michael Mergen now,
Hmm.
who is an incredible guy, an incredible teacher, a great player, and he's since retired from the President's Own military band,
Oh
the
yeah.
Marine.
Yes.
So and since that he's really active in the community. So I think either I don't know when this is coming out, but in ITG is happening right now, and he's
Yes.
giving one or a few presentations there, and it was a pleasure to work with him. And then, of course, number three was the famous Phil Collins, longtime principal trumpet of the Cincinnati Symphony,
Okay.
and he was a treasure trove, man. He was incredible, and I love him to this day. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you obviously had a good time there and you enjoyed it. And from there, so when did you come to Albuquerque? And the next question is why did you come to Albuquerque?
I was a really big fan of Bugs Bunny as a kid. Yeah. Uh, yeah, so I graduated a year ago. I graduated from CCM in May with my master's degree, and I didn't really have a plan, but I knew that what I wanted to do. Um, Backstory is I am a huge fan of Christian Lindbergh, the trombonist, right? This famous
Okay.
trombone soloist. He's incredible. So he talks about, and we've chatted before about his taking a year of practice, right? A year of
Okay.
dedicated time to forgive the language, but get all this shit together
Yeah.
and really figure out what it takes for him to be a great player. And he talks about how that was such a transformative time for him. So I wanted to do something very strange, and it was that's what I came to. So
But
I know
that's not
right after,
strange.
right, well,
It's called a gap year. Okay, so
yeah,
it's a gap year between your masters and whatever you're going to do in life, but it's still a gap year. And what happens on a gap year? You are trying to make yourself a better person usually, and in this case, you're making yourself a better trumpet player. So keep going because you're now okay. So you needed to take a year, and you were dedication practice. But when here and why here?
yeah. So I moved here right after graduation in last July, last June or
Okay.
July. So I've been here for about 10-ish months,
Hmm.
11, 11 months.
Yes, I love it.
So and it's been really great. Why is because I have been a huge fan of John Marciando for a really long time. John Marciando, who you've talked to before,
Oh,
and
yes.
so I've met him a few times and I've talked to him, and I knew through a trumpety grapevine that he was on sabbatical
Hmm.
when I got here. So in my head, I was thinking, man, wouldn't it be interesting to go to just a crazy new place, a new part of the country, to do this practice project, right? This
Hmm.
this time off, this gap year, and maybe there'll be some some symphony work, you know, and maybe some teaching work. And
Okay, so I have to interject here because some people may not realize this is John Marciando, besides being the teacher at University of New Mexico, is also the principal trumpet player for our New Mexico Philharmonic. So I just want to make sure that we're on the same page here because somebody may not have watched the one with John. So, okay.
yeah,
So you got here. So now what?
I was able to pick up a lot of work. You know, I moved here. I immediately started getting calls, and I was so excited. I was really validated too. You know, and John did his homework too. He called everyone that I knew, and who is this kid? What is he doing here? So yeah, so since I've moved here, I've started playing with the NM Phil, right, the New Mexico Philharmonic, as like a sub. I was contracted by the Santa Fe Symphony, so I was second trumpet to Bryn all season, and that was incredible. I played with Opera Southwest, and this summer starts my contract with the Santa Fe Opera on Tristan and Isolde, which I'm very excited. And then I just premiered as like a guest principal with the San Juan Symphony
nice.
in Durango, Colorado.
Yeah.
So it's been really profitable, and I've been teaching because of some of the work that I've done at CCM production-wise, so like stage managing types of jobs. The NM Phil has been able to use me as doing production work.
Okay.
So I've got some really cool experience there in the library and backstage and dealing with the live streams and moving. So it's been a busy time.
Interesting.
I'm really excited.
And in the middle of all of this, you're practicing your butt off, aren't you?
Yeah. It's a wild life. Well, it is, and I'm glad you mentioned it to make ends meet. It's really hard. You know, I'm 25. I'm out of university. I don't have a wealth of experience to fall back on. You know, and coming to a new place, I'm building my own network and starting to build a professional resume and things. So yeah, the workload is expected, and it's a lot. You know, just to make ends meet.
Well, I get that, and so by when you say that you're practicing a lot, so I understand you're doing a lot of work with all the different places, as you mentioned, and you have a job full time. So you practice how many times a day, or how much a day, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, so I'm a big schedule guy. I like scheduling things ever. I practice anywhere from 2 to 6 hours a day.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, always in the morning, and like always a 2 to 3 hour session in the morning, and then if I have time in the evening.
Okay. I'm guessing you do not live in an apartment.
No, I do actually.
Okay.
I do live in an apartment, but I really enjoy the separation of, you know, work life, home life, social life, friends, work, different things. I enjoy it. So I've arranged a practice studio for myself across, well, just down the street, really.
Okay.
So I store my things there, and I have a key to the door, so I practice whenever I
Okay. One of the things that I looked up on you actually were entered in the 2017 National Trumpet Competition in Denver.
Yeah.
So, and there were quite a few nice comments in articles and stuff about all of that. But one of the things it never said was, how did you do? What was that like?
So I had the pleasure of competing in the National Trumpet Competition in 2015 in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania at Messiah College, and in 2017. So first one was as a high schooler, and then I did it in undergrad. I didn't win, so there's that. But I felt that I did really well. I enjoyed it. I went because, you know, at this time I was in Georgia, and I was full of myself, and I was an asshole, you know. So I needed the exposure, and it was so wonderful to just see the levels of amazing players my age, and around my age, and my peer group, and who that really was. So my first time competing, I made all of the best friends ever. And in Denver, it was the first time that I came this far out west, which I'm so happy to be back here now. And I've been up to Denver a few times since being in Albuquerque. And I just remember feeling so at home, seeing a mountain for the first, like a real mountain.
A real mountain, not a hill.
The clouds parting and there's a rock as big as the sky. So yeah, in a lot of ways, that was a huge turning point for my playing and what I wanted to do.
So was it, well, the competition itself, which I'm not familiar with,
Sure.
was it piano and trumpet or orchestra trumpet or chamber and trumpet? What was it? Was it strictly solo with pianos?
Yeah, so the National Trumpet Competition has been around for a long time.
When you stand on stage with just you and a piano player, and usually nowadays it's tablets, but a page turner,
right?
It is a scary experience.
Terrifying.
I mean, I when I did my senior recital, I remember walking out there for my first piece, and I was like, "Oh God, I don't know if I could do this." It really is, and I can't imagine doing it at the national level. Oh God, no. I mean, for you guys to get on stage and calm your nerves and to play at that highest level, that's a compliment to you that you were there in 2017. So is this competition open to everybody, or is this only open to like people in school?
Yeah, so you have to be affiliated with a school, and there are different levels. There's a middle school level, there's high school, college, graduate level. There's ensembles. So a lot of schools have like trumpet ensemble. There's small ensemble and large ensemble. I'm sure they're going to keep adding different categories as the years go on, because it keeps getting bigger and more popular, and that's really a great thing. So I competed in the high school division the first time, and then in the undergraduate solo division, and it is just the piano with trumpet. And it's the piece that you choose has to be, I think, under 8 minutes. For all categories. And that's where it gets fun, because you have to pick a piece that shows, well, first off, that you can do really, really well. That showcases everything that you're naturally talented at, skills that you can build, and a chance to kind of develop some showmanship and be a soloist,
It sounds like solo and ensemble festival on steroids, basically.
Yes. Yes, it is. I'll put a link. Surrounded by the most judgmental trumpet players you can imagine.
Oh, I believe it. So I'll put a link down below to it, and that way somebody wants to get involved with it, man, they should go for it. So I have a bunch of other questions for you. I know you perform with the New Mexico Philharmonic, right? And you said you are playing with the Santa Fe Opera. You're about to do your first performance with the Santa Fe Opera this summer. Is that correct?
Yeah, they reached out. They needed a third trumpet player for an offstage banda part. So like a band that is a part of the opera, like in the movie. So I'll be playing that this summer on Tristan and Isolde, and it's really great.
And then you also play with the Santa Fe Symphony, and then you do Opera Southwest, right? So which one? What did I leave out? Did I leave out anything?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you know it.
Okay, because I'll also put those links down below so that people can go and look for the performances and stuff like that. Because it's always nice, when people see these things now, I want to make sure that they know where they can hear you play. And that's the good part about all of this. We did a performance with Peter Bond, and we played the Ukrainian national anthem together. And it was interesting because when you came in, and I'm not trying to embarrass you, but when you came in, you said to someone said, "Oh, you're playing a C trumpet. Oh, I didn't know we were supposed to bring our C's." And someone else, and you replied with, your comment back was, and see if I could say it exactly. It says, "I play everything on a C trumpet." And I was like, what? Is that true?
No,
Oh,
not
okay.
quite. And I remember what that was too. So I was really excited. A week. So first off, the gig that you're talking about was a really special performance. It was a fundraiser that I think members of the symphony put on, and Peter Bond is just an incredible person, and he's been a great teacher and mentor to me. And so he organized this huge group of trumpet players to play the Ukrainian national anthem. And we did very well, by the way. I don't know if you got the
Oh,
numbers.
I got to
Yeah.
see it, and I will tell you, not to break up your story, but I will tell you that the last note, when we stopped as a group, and all of a sudden you heard the echo and the reverb through that church, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I took this big gigantic sigh because it was like, oh wow, you
It
couldn't
was
have asked
really
for anything.
special
Oh
performance.
yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
for a lot of reasons. Um, but to go back to the story, I was so excited because a week earlier, I had just bought a blues reunion gig bag, a
Okay,
really nice leather gig bag from Chris Smith and the San Diego Symphony.
okay.
And I carry that thing around everywhere. I love it so much. So yeah, I think my comment was more about I'm a one trumpet guy now. You know, if
Yeah,
I can
something
show
like
up
that.
to a room with one bag, perfect. That's
Okay.
ideal. You know, like one bag and a water bottle, and I'm good to go.
So okay, so that was the comment. All right.
Yeah, I love playing different horns.
Okay.
Anything that I can do to make my life easier is the right answer.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
and I hate. Trust me. I go to a jazz gig, and I've got a big old gigantic guard wheelie case. And by the time I put my trumpet and my flugelhorn, my mouthpieces, my stands, all the mutes that I could possibly need, my bag is like humongous, and it
oh,
weighs like
dude,
25 pounds. It's horrible.
exactly. I'm a trumpet hoarder. I myself, my entire graduate career, I have a Marcus Bona case, like a quad case,
Oh
and
yeah.
I would walk 20 minutes from my apartment to CCM every day, like 3, 4 times. And I just carry this shit everywhere. And oh, my back hurts so much.
Oh
So
yeah.
if I can just carry that one bag, it's a different lifestyle. I
Oh
love
yeah.
it so much.
So you do play. I mean, you said it's not true. So, but you do a lot of
But
work on the C trumpet.
I play mostly on C trumpet. Yeah,
Okay.
I touch all my horns every day.
So let's talk about transposing. When you
Yeah.
transpose, there's three different schools of thought. Okay. Now, there's the one that I do, which is I read everything on the transposition, whether it's up a major second, up a minor third, up a major third, I transpose. When I was in college, my trumpet teacher desperately tried to teach me the movable clef system, which I diligently didn't learn. Um, absolutely didn't learn.
You
And
tried
then
your
there's
best, did not learn
yeah,
it.
I didn't learn it, period. And then the third method is what a lot of tubists do is they playing in bass clef, but they're playing on an F horn, or they're playing on a C horn, or they're playing on a B flat horn. So they just literally have learned the different fingerings for each time they're playing the music. Which one do you do?
Um, Maybe a little bit of all of them.
Okay.
I think what I do, I think in terms of pitch classes. So I'm no matter what the key, I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm reading as
You know what? You go with what works for you. I sometimes, I've worked with Eric Oliver here in town with some musicals, and the first musical I did with him was Dreamgirls, and we're playing in the pit orchestra of Dreamgirls, and one of the major singers couldn't sing it in the written key, so she changes it to the key of B, and we're on B flat trumpets.
I love that so much.
So yay, we were playing in the key of C sharp.
Well, there's a really good story. There's this joke about that. A pianist and a soprano are like together and they're singing the national anthem, and they rehearse one time and it goes terribly. So the second time the pianist comes in with a plan, and he says, "All right, listen. So on measure 1, we're going to start in the key of C major, but by measure 3, we're going to transition to A, and then measure 4, and halfway through that measure, we're going to drop down to C sharp major." And the soprano's like, well, I can't keep up with this, and the pianist goes, "Well, that's what you did last time, you know."
Wait, wasn't that the Republican National Convention like 2 or 3 years ago? Reading up a second is great. Reading down a second is great. I get to up to about a third, I'm good. Maybe a perfect fourth. But when you start asking me to transpose a fifth, I
Yeah,
can't do
you
that.
know, I had enough teachers insisting on it
Mhm.
that I ended up having to learn it, and it's helped.
Yeah.
It's the
Uh,
right thing to
yeah, and
do
he
for me.
tried
I
to get
enjoy
me
it.
to learn it. He didn't. Like I said, I was like, nah, I'll never use that. I'll never use. Yeah, well, I should have. Anyway, so what else? Oh, here's a good question for you. So, any unique gigs that you have ever done, either extremely high profile or just plain weird? Tell me one. I'm sure you have them.
Most recent interesting gig was I was hired by a local senior class through a liaison um, to as a senior prank to follow their principal around the school for like an hour and play terrible fanfares. I just hack through things, movie themes, weird song, a lot of Chuck Mangione. Um, and he walked around the school and I followed right behind him.
Oh
And
no.
they ate it up. It was the funniest thing.
I won't ask what school and I won't ask what principal because I don't want to give that one away.
You
But
know,
that's awesome.
I
See?
didn't think that I'd do that. I didn't think my weird noodling, the weird movie themes that live in my head, and I didn't think I'd have an outlet for them. But you know,
Oh, that
practice
is
your stupid themes, ladies and gentlemen. It could come in handy.
that is good. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just wonderful. Okay, you any other gigs coming up? Any other performances? I know you said you had the opera, Santa Fe Opera coming up this summer. Anything else happening this
Yeah.
summer?
Yes, well, so that's in July, and there are a lot of operas happening over the course of the summer with the Santa Fe Opera. So please go and check them out. I'm already excited. You know, I this is the first gig that I'm ever gonna do that assigns me a locker. So
See,
I feel like I've hit the big time
there
now. I've got a locker with my
that,
name on it,
that
or
is
just
awesome.
Trumpet 3. I don't know. I'm really excited, and I'm honored to work with the organization. I've had this weird. But my dream job, by the way, is to play in an opera orchestra. I love the music and working with all different kinds of musicians, and especially the singing world. And it's some of the best music ever written, and some of the best stories ever told. And oh Jesus, and some of the best players that I've met, and some of the best mentors in my life have all come from the opera world. You know, and it's yeah, it's really nice to start playing with especially the Santa Fe Opera, but Opera Southwest as well.
Yes, I
It's
love pit
great work.
orchestra.
It's great work, man. That was my first gigs actually. So yeah, the Chattanooga Theater Center was the first people brave enough to hire little high school Leif, and I played Into the Woods actually. I played
Oh,
Into
that's a good
my
one.
first opera, and then right after that was Sister Act.
Oh,
So
that one would be
yeah,
fun.
I was chilling. It was
That
great.
would have been a lot of fun. Yeah, because like I said, I love musicals. I love musicals. I love pit orchestras. So anyway, all right. So let's wrap this up. I want to thank Leif for joining me today. I want to thank you for your contributions and your future contributions to the city of Albuquerque and to New Mexico in general. And thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. We will catch you next time.